Hi, welcome to my live. I know who is online. Drop a message so that I know who is there. Hi Deepa, nice to see you here. Good afternoon. Yes Deepa, we can sow now. This is the spring season, so this is the right time for sowing the peas. It needs about 55 days for the peas to grow. So once the temperature peaks up, then it will stop growing. So this is the right season for the peas. So we have to just make sure the soil is not frozen. So just loosen the dirt a bit and then it's ready for your sowing. So I have already prepared my soil here. So this is not frozen now. So I already added compost and loosened up all the dirt, and my soil is ready to be ready for the peas to be sown in. So I am using this brand of peas today. This is the heirloom variety, no hybrid. So I've already used this brand and it is 100% germination rate. So when you buy the package, they will already give you all the instructions, when to sow, how much distance, and how deep you should sow. Everything is given here. And generally peas grow in about 55 to 60 days. And within a week you will start to see the sprouts. This is the easiest plant that you can grow. You can grow radish now. All the cool weather crops you can grow now. Other plants you have to, you can start sowing, but you have to keep them indoors because still the temperature is not stabilized. So it's windy and cold and nighttime temperatures are dipping still. So other summer plants you can grow it indoors now. You can start the seedlings indoors. Radish and peas can be started outdoors. They can tolerate the frost. Even if you have 1 or 2 days of snow, they can tolerate it. So peas is the best crop for now. So let's start planting this. Okay, so we have got a lot of peas in here. We have a whole bunch of seeds here. So these have to be planted about 2.5 centimeters apart, about 1 inch, or roughly you can measure your segments of your finger, one segment space on all sides. So let's get starting. Make sure there are no stones or wood chips or anything in the soil. get the soil ready, and then we can start planting. So here goes my first plant for the season. So let me drop all this here and see how much we can plant in this pot. So I have few other seeds too, but I don't want to mix them up. This is the heirloom variety, so I want to see the difference between the plants. So you not give lot of space, just about 2.5 to 3 centimeters apart should be enough.
Deepa asks, when do you have to sow beans?
Beans you can start the plant indoors now, but it is a summer crop. It will take some time, so you need little more time for them to start growing. You can start all the summer plants indoors now, and then you can transplant. Peas have to be sowed directly into the soil. Beans, tomato, peppers, all these can be started indoors. Peas are the easiest to grow. It's good for beginners, and germination rate is very high, so not much wastage, and it grows really soon. So the peas will grow only when the temperature is really cold. It doesn't tolerate heat, so it's a cold weather crop. So once the temperature rises for the summer, then this plant will stop growing and producing any more pods. Yeah, you can transplant. Don't wait for the plant to grow too big, because it will get a shock. So I think you can transplant it outside now. Seeds are always better to plant it directly, but since you have started, just give it a try. You can always transplant it now. Peas can tolerate frost, so you have no worries. You can start planting them now. Even if you get snow by the end of April also, it's fine, because we never know our Canadian climate. We don't know when we will get a snow again, so it's okay. All other plants like tomatoes, beans, capsicum, all those varieties have to stay indoors. They can come in by the last week of April or during the Mother's Day weekend, after the Mother's Day weekend. That's the safest time for other summer crops to come out in the open. Mother's Day weekend is the best time for all other crops. You can plant radish also now. Okay, I think my pot is full now. So I have still enough seeds to plant one more container like this. So let's see, this is the heirloom variety. We will see how this year's peas harvest is going to be. This is no hybrid. So when you buy the seeds for any plants, always make sure you buy the heirloom ones, which means there is no cross or no hybrid of anything. It is the natural variety. So don't have to push the seeds too much in, just about 1 inch should be fine. And you don't have to water them too much, because it's going to become soggy and the temperature is not still hot. So just a fine spray or misting is enough. So I'm not going to water it too much, so I'm just using the spray bottle here. Just make a fine mist to soak the seeds. So you can do this frequently, maybe once or twice in a day. That should be fine, because the soil is not going to dry up very soon. Or you can take a small glass of water and just sprinkle on top. Don't pour too much. Don't make the seeds too soggy. So if you have squirrels running around your home, make sure to cover this and keep, otherwise they are going to dig out all the seeds. Use a fine mesh or metal grills. So I sprayed once, and now I am going to add some thin layer of dirt on the top. Don't layer them too much, but just a very fine thin layer, so that our squirrels don't get a hint of what's here. Otherwise they are going to dig them out. And don't press down the soil, just leave it loose. Okay, and so I have some peanut skin from my compost, so make sure you remove them from the top layer, otherwise they are the baits for the squirrel. So we will remove all of them from here. So since I am using my home compost, so some are still lying down in the soil without getting composted, so we will remove all of them. So make sure there are no food stuff, anything on the top, because that's going to invite the squirrels. So I cleared off all the peanut skins from here. Okay, now this looks fine to me. So if you have danger of any animals in your backyard, make sure not to leave any food particles or anything near your seed bed. Okay, and now give us good spray again. These don't require much attention. Peas are the easiest to grow. So once they start to sprout, just allow them to climb onto some grill or trellis or anything. So I have a metal trellis here. I usually use this one. And also I have my gazebo also beside this pot. So my pea plants, I can even train them onto the gazebo also. So these kind of trellis you get at all the gardening centers, or even the dollar stores carry them. So you can have in metal or bamboo trellis. So you can use anything and just train them on a support. So because the peas it's a climber, so you're going to have a big trail of plants, so it's always better to train them onto something so that it's not all over your garden. And it's easier to pick your peas also, because you're going to have lot of peas. So when you train them onto some support, it's easier to harvest your peas. Otherwise you're going to hurt your back picking all the peas. Okay, so my pot looks fine now. So about 3 or 4 hours later, I will give them one more fine misting. So that's enough for this today, because nighttime temperatures are going to be hot enough, so it doesn't require much water. Again, depending on tomorrow's temperature and the sunny situation, we can water them again. So remember not to make them too wet and soggy. It will not help the peas grow. So don't make the water stagnate on your soil. Okay, so thanks for watching my planting today. Thank you for joining. You have any other questions? So we will soon join back on another planting session of the radish. I'm just getting my soil ready. So very soon I will come back on another live for planting the radish. Okay, bye guys. See you soon again in another live.